Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Mark. Jesus left the district of Tyre and went by way to Sidon to the Sea of Galilee, into the district of Decapolis. And people brought to him a deaf man who had a speech impediment and begged him to lay his hands on him. He took him up by himself away from the crowd. He put his finger into the man's ears and spitting touched his tongue. Then he looked up to heaven and groaned and said to him, Ephata, that is, be opened. And immediately the man's ears were opened, his speech impediment was removed, and he spoke plainly. He ordered them not to tell anyone, but the more he ordered them not to, the more they proclaimed it. They were exceedingly astonished and said, He has done all things well. He makes the deaf hear and the mute speak. The Gospel of the Lord. Here in Bethlehem, we celebrate Christmas all year round. Kaya lahat ng misa dito, pang Pasko. But I decided to read the readings for today. Lord said, what is important? Christmas or Easter? What is more important? Christmas or Easter? If you were not born, then there is no Easter to celebrate. But what is born or being born without any essence? That's why Saint Thomas of Aquinas have said this. You can never separate essence and existence. If you were not born, there is nothing to talk about. If you were not born, there is nothing to talk about. But if you have not lived your life well, people curse the day you were born. As Jesus have said to Judas, how I wish you were never been born. You cannot separate the two. But most of the time, we confuse ourselves. What is more important? To live long or to live well? What is more important? The taste of the food or the nutrition? What is more important? The diploma or the education? I guess you know the answer. But the problem is, we have failed to live according to what is more important. I always say this, your life today is a product of your choices. If you are miserable, it is because you have chosen to be miserable. You can never point your fingers on others and blaming them why you are miserable. Do not forget this. No one can make you unhappy without your permission. No one can make you unhappy without your permission. My dear friends, my brothers and sisters, what is really important? Birth or essence? Of course, you know the answer. That's why do not waste your life. Life is short. Life is so short. If you make a choice daily, and you made a choice for God, then you know you will be blessed. But if you have made a wrong choice, then it's up to you. Don't waste your life. I always say this, you came to this world with nothing, and you will leave this world with nothing. But you can always leave behind a legacy. Dumating kang walang dala, aalis kang walang dadalhin, pero hari nawa, hindi utang ang iyong iiwan. Mag-iwan ka ng magandang alaala. Meaning, my brothers and sisters, keep in mind, meaning is important. Christ was born not simply to exist, but to give meaning. That's why every time He forgives, what is more important is salvation. Every time He heals a person, what is more important is salvation. Remember the words, ephata. Be open. Be open. What prevents you from growing is you are so close. Ano po? Open your life. What are the things you fail to see because you are so close or myopic? You cannot separate Christmas from Easter. You cannot separate the crib from the cross. You cannot separate the swaddling clothes with the garment where the soldiers gamble. You cannot separate the baby from the man. You cannot separate the birth from the death. But go beyond existence. There is more to life. There is more to exist. Keep this in mind. What is more important is to live well, not simply to live long. Amen.